So we've had several nice days of good weather, and when that happens, regardless of the month and the actual time till planting, because it is still a long time till planting, the neighbor boys, and by neighbor boys I mean the 80-year-olds that live around me, they were little boys and they built the place we're on, helped their parents. They got the tractor fired up and they're going to plow all their fields, turn their fields over today, and I think that's pretty cool. I made a little bit more rambling video, but I wanted to talk to something that kind of occurred to me as I was sitting here, and I am recuperating from the scariness that even a simple illness can knock me down so hard. I'm ready for a change. Obviously, yeah, living outside their canvas is not a big enough change for you there, John? Yes and no. Of course, life beyond this year in their canvas, and that'll come as it comes. I'm not planning anything. But what I'm looking at in the short term here, I look around my Tipi, and it's become very comfortable. The kids have really thrashed it with me being incapacitated for the last day and a half, 2 days. Yeah, I need to muck the place out, shake out the beds and make them, and I got some housekeeping stuff to do. I don't want to push it too early, too soon, and I'll turn the illness around, and so I'm trying to be patient. I know that people think, well, gosh, suck it up. People have to blah, 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 whether they feel good or not. Well, that's true. Anybody that knows me knows how many damn times I shoveled mulch with a broken knee, or shredded brush with a collapsed lung. So, take a deep breath, people, before you decide to judge. It's important that you don't. People need to stop doing that sort of thing. Like, stop being know-it-all reactionaries, despite the fact that you think you know something doesn't mean you do sometimes. Sometimes you could be completely wrong. There was something I was told half my life. Swore by it. The funny thing is, to this day, I still think it, even though I know it's not true. And the moment someone approached it logically, I got real defensive. And then they forced an experiment. We experimented, and logic was right. So there's a lot of stuff by that people with good intentions sometimes convey as knowledge, and it isn't. I can talk about knowledge of self, and sometimes I think I know other stuff. But anyway, moving the Tipi. So I've always had this lifelong thing. We've talked about this a few videos, that I like to find a way to sleep outside. Sleep in weird places. I've also got this caribou glitch. I'm not a farmer. We farm, and I help with that farm. I'm not a farmer. I like to travel. I don't mean travel like cruise ship, fancy hotels, go to Disneyland travel. I mean just move around. People who know me well know that I rearrange my house twice a year. They know that once a year I completely empty my house and put everything back in. Everything. We zero the house and all the buildings once a year. That's coming up. We all got to be healthy for that, though. A lot of dust. We're also going to trim by 50% all of our possessions, so we got to see where we're at. Books are excluded. Certain things are excluded. Obviously, not going to give up half of my art pieces or anything like that, But hoo-ha. Clear out the clutter. Change the energy of the space. But that's all part of that expression of the needing change, Like, I've been in this Tipi, we changed, day 5? Changed the layout after festival. So yeah, I've been on 2 weeks living like this. I'm not proud to say it, but I am damn ready for a change. Change the layout, change how I'm doing things, change maybe even how I'm doing this project. I don't know, everything's going fine. This layout works. It's fine. Pragmatically, it doesn't make any sense to lose an afternoon where I could be making some piece of art or studying some new subject. But I got that wild geese thing. I don't want don't want to just sit complacent with something. I want to develop it, make it more efficient. Each time I rearrange the house, that I get a lot more kids in a lot smaller house than people really think you can. They all got their beds, and they all got their toys, and they all got their space, and the whole thing, but they've had to learn to live cooperatively. Like, each design becomes more efficient. It suits the needs of that year or that 6 months a lot better. And so maybe it's just my desire to evolve as a person that pushes me to move and see and travel. And not just travel to the same places I've always been, but to seek the adventure of places I've never been. So, obviously it's not a huge deal to move my teepee from one part of my front field to another. But philosophically, while there's no reason for such a pain in the ass to occur, until I'm planning on discarding the use of the teepee for a while. I'm not going to discard the teepee, are you kidding me? I love this thing. A lot of poles, though. A lot of damn poles. But I'm sitting there now, can I hold out 2 weeks till the festival, stay in this through the festival that's coming up, 2-3 weeks? Yeah, it's 3 weeks for the festival. No, I'm going to have to change this sucker as soon as we're healthy. There's no way. 3 weeks. I'm tired of it. It's still pretty. Obviously most of the aesthetics won't change. But the sounds will be slightly different at another place in the yard. The walk to use the restroom, the walk to the kids to the bus, the delivering of firewood, my interaction when people are staying in the encampment or visiting over, all that'll change based on I move 50 feet, I move 100 feet, So definitely I need a change. I've used up this spot, and I think it's time to move to another spot. I think I know which spot too. And then do the next festival, go on the winter track, come back from the winter track, and then I tell you what, by that point in time, maybe a couple days after the winter track, I'm okay, but then I know I'm going to want to move it again, so I like the scenery to change, gotta move with the hunt, I don't want to sit tight, not a homebody. Not the sort of guy that just wastes money going to, somebody who wants to go into town and want to spend some money because I want an excuse to go to town or go sit at the bar. I don't do any of that silly hoo-ha. That's bad for my family. I'll stay home when I have nothing better to do because it saves gas, it's better for the environment. I have plenty to do here that's productive. But turning your life inside out to new daylight, new sunshine as frequently as possible, I think is a really good idea. And it's something that the kids get excited about, the family gets excited about, that it's like you're getting a new room, a new house without all the turmoil that goes into it. And I moved a lot. I've moved a lot in my life, and moving is no fun, but there's something revitalizing about that new place, though, new chances, new beginnings. And if you can begin those same things in places where you're already at, I think that's a good thing. So I got to cogitate on that, and then just cope with the fact that nothing will really change visually, but the angle of the light will be a little different. When the sun gets to me will be a little different. The sounds will be a little bit different. How I arrange there's a lot about this arrangement I've liked for when the kids stay over, but on the days, which during the school time, most days, they don't stay over. They come and visit at night. Or when I have visitors over, there's not a lot of places for people to sit. So, it's only a 16-foot teepee, so it's not particularly huge. I could obviously live with a lot less than I live with in here, too, but, it's how I want to live right now, so I'm just going to go with that. Anyway, so that's another thought I had today. I thought I might record and share with everybody my never-ending desire to keep traveling, keep looking ahead. It's one of the worst damn things about the last 2 years is the reduction in traveling to do this other deal. My friend Dan said to me, I guess I said it to Brenda too, but he said to me coming down the mountain the other day, he said, John, I just live for the day when you and Brenda say goodbye to us in the spring and hello to us again in the fall. And maybe we see each other at the same rendezvous. Just want to see you out on the road again. So, me too. Gotta get healthy again. Luckily, I think it's going to be one of those things. I'm not months getting healthy, it's just days. So, we'll do what we can. Thanks for your time.